Me and Bryce just celebrated our 9-year anniversary. That's right, we've been together doing it raw Donkey Kong style for 9 years, okay? And what better way to celebrate being together for 9 years than to make my husband Bryce film another YouTube video with me for Couples Cringe. Today we're going to be talking about the infamous show that's been going viral everywhere, okay? And it's called Decorating Sense. So essentially what it is that it's a 1990s HGTV show that features a bunch of suburban white moms like showing you DIY hacks and how to decorate your house on a budget. And just like a lot of things in the 90s, okay, including me and Bryce made in the 90s, okay, it gets interesting. So the first clip I want to show you guys is their most like popular clip, and it's them remodeling like this TV entertainment center that like every boomer had in the 90s. So let me just show you.
When we discussed what to do with the existing wall unit, our first idea was to set the television into it and add accessories. Way too predictable. So we rethought our decision. The TV will find a new position, and the wall unit will be used as a great display piece. It got a fresh coat of the same sage green paint we used on the horseshoe diamonds. Then we decoupaged sacred Indian prayers dipped in tea and torn to give an aged look onto the wall unit to give an old piece of furniture a trendy new look.
Bro, I feel like this is like what Miss Frizzle does when she's not teaching.
Now, you know when white 90s moms start spewing out French words, you know some is about to go down. It's like getting a hey girly text from some bitch in high school that you haven't talked to in 10 years, okay?
Yeah.
It's like getting the you up text message from like a boy that, you know, you're in a situationship with. Like, you know some is about to go down when a bunch of white moms with a Princess Diana cut says decoupage, like unironically.
Yeah, this looks like the kind of that they'd be doing in like a cop TV show when like the cop is like trying to interview them but they're like busy. You know what I mean? Go ahead, officer. Catherine? Yeah, I knew her. Give me that Indian prayer.
Yeah, we decoupage together. What's it to you?
Who would have a problem with Catherine? Who wouldn't? She was the best decoupager this side of Nebraska.
Next, we accessorized it. A black metal horse found at a local flea market for $12, fresh sunflowers, and an authentic cowboy hat perched on top of a $14 ammunition box.
I don't know if this is even the worst part, but when they said Indian prayers, I like assumed they meant like Indian, like they were gonna be like Hindu
Actual
prayers
Indian
or something
India?
like that.
Yeah.
And then they're just Native American prayers.
You know what just clicked in my head is that I'm pretty sure the reason why they paired the sacred Indian prayers with the cowboy hat and the ammunition, it's like the cowboy and Indian
themed dresser. Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Man, what should I do with this entertainment center? Oh, I know. It should reference Manifest Destiny. How we slaughtered the natives and stole their land.
We need some Andrew Jackson vibes in this house.
As we took a moment to admire our craft work, we unanimously decided we had made a mistake. The decoupage did work on the back of the shelf walls, but we felt it was much too busy on the door fronts. So we went to work undoing our mistake. We peeled, we scraped, and then in the process of removing the decoupage, we had a second pleasant surprise. We loved the distressed, aged look we had mistakenly created. We had planned on repainting the doors, but loved this aged look.
Bro, if you're Native American, was it more offensive when it was still up or when they tore it off? Also, it doesn't look aged. It looks like someone came on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look aged at all.
I feel like if you're like a ghost skeptic, that should be your evidence that ghosts don't exist. Because if these bitches haven't gotten haunted by Native American ghosts, they don't exist.
It's like the kind of shit you would see on like Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, this whole thing looks like a display case for the most random Facebook Marketplace shit ever. Yeah. Like, here's my ammo box, $40.
It literally looks like a piece of furniture that your grandma that hates you give you just to like say F you one last time from the grave.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody else got like jewelry, money, stocks, yada yada yada, you know, and then Uncle Bob, who married interracially, got the tetanus sacred Indian prayer table for his TV. It literally looks like a prop that a bunch of theater kids built for their Oppenheimer musical.
That's something you see in every home, decorating with a dirty t-shirt.
No, it's not. This is a camping trip that we went on with the kids, and this is one day of my little boy's play, and I decided that it was just too great to wash. It really explains who his personality is.
Yeah, it really says it all.
The fact that it's not even like from a special event, like he won state or something, it's just some random day. Like she dead ass was like, oh my God, it has poop stains, chicken finger residue, and a bunch of pee on it, and that's gonna be my memory of my little boy.
You know, like sometimes you go over to somebody's house, like a dude's house in college, and he's got like the Wolf of Wall Street poster, Fight Club poster, you know, and you're like, oh my God, red flag. Dude, at least he doesn't have a crucified, dirty, bloody child's t-shirt hanging on the wall.
This looks like the type of they would do in like medieval ages where they would hang this up to warn people that they're like scary. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to think of a word to describe this. I'm not sure what that word is. Would you go for odd?
Odd works.
Odd works. I mean, we got a skillet, we've got a shovel, and we have horseshoes.
When he was getting into country western, I thought I'd humor him along a little bit. So I gave this to him as a Christmas gift.
What do you think?
He thought I was insane.
Did he like it? You're supposed to be showing us ways to decorate. Why are you on it? He doesn't even like it.
it's like two petty white women at a ornament party, dude. They secretly hate each other.
He thought I was insane.
What does he use it for?
Well, he's got his books in it. He keeps it by his chair. We use it for an end table. And he uses it for his dirty laundry. He can just kind of throw it over it.
You might want to think about moving it
I
someplace.
might.
Okay, this is why I don't trust anybody when they talk about like, oh, it's good because it has character. It has character. It literally looks like a piece of furniture that like white millennials would drive cross country for to like take an Instagram photo with. This thing literally looks like one of those things that like people in the Midwest or people from a small town try to use to convince you of like why their small town is better than like LA or New York or something. You have to come to Des Moines, Iowa, because we have Horseshoe Brewery where they literally put chili on this tetanus-riddled pan that's on top of a horseshoe table.
Also, this is what she got her husband for Christmas. Like, imagine he goes fishing with his buddies, and his buddies are like, yeah, my old lady got me this new fishing pole. And he's like, oh yeah, well, my old lady got me a horseshoe, skillet, shovel, Megatron tetanus table.
Dude, it literally looks like something that she made for him as revenge because last year he got her a box of tampons and a bunch of cleaning supplies.
Just cut out little bits here and there to make it a very random look. Then, with my 5-inch chinking roller full of paint, I can start at a level line and roll 2 chinking lines at once. Then, lightly mark off the next line and roll another 2, altering the 5-inch and 7-inch rollers. Once the chinking is complete, brush on a swath of the same light-colored paint and quickly follow with a graining tool. The graining tool will give you the look of wood as long as you roll it forwards and back as you pull it through the paint. Once the white paints are dry, come back over the wood-grained area with a darker brown. Using sort of a dry brush technique, with just a little bit of paint on your brush, add as much brown as you like to create the depth of color you want for your log cabin look. Let the brown set up for a moment, then follow with a damp cloth to wipe off any of the excess. And then every few boards, you might want to step back and take a look. You may want to use your damp cloth to lighten the chinking lines even more. And there you go. I'll bet you never thought you could build your own log cabin out of paintbrushes and a couple fancy rollers.
You know, Joan, I don't think you could say that.
Yeah.
She said it just rolled off the tongue. So by the way, I looked up like what chinking is, if this is even a real painting thing. It's not. It has to do with like the way that like wooden logs are cut. I don't know why she's using it in this context. I feel like she just was freeballing it. Also, this is supposed to be a convincing log wall. Does this look convincing to you? No joke, this literally looks like my pad on the 5th day of my period. This literally looks like a set piece for a 7th grade, I don't know, like nativity Christmas play or some like that. Like when you see something like that, I am expecting a bunch of 7th graders to whip and nay-nay to Jingle Bells. Not have this in your house. It looks terrible.
Too. You know, sometimes in the wintertime you want just a little more sense of warmth, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy a rug and have a couple of different looks in your living room.
A change of seasons.
Right, you can pull off the rug in the summertime and have this.
And this is a perfect 5x7.
Okay, we do need to protect it though.
Absolutely, absolutely.
How would we do that?
Well, with 2 big dogs, I would recommend 4 coats of polyurethane. over.
4? Mm-hmm. If you have 2 small dogs, 3.
3.
Okay.
Right.
The bright colors work like magic to cover up the scratches on the wood floor. And we made a simple diamond stencil out of paper to create the decoration around the border. And to protect it, we painted polyurethane over the dried paint. Doggies beware, this rug isn't going anywhere.
Is that the finished product?
Oh my God.
It looks awful.
The pattern of this rug literally looks like the cover of your 4th grade textbook. Just imagine like a little white girl with pigtails doing a split jump in the air with text on top of it that says like, let's get funky with phonics. A little Asian kid doing a backflip in the air. I'm loco por los long division. Like that's literally what this rug looks like.
We attached a ceramic scarf holder on each side of the doorway, painted with a gold metallic glaze and black aging paint. Here's the unpainted version, only $13.50 at a craft store. Now, only 6 yards of lightweight fabric pulled up, through, around, and back again gives us just the pop this doorway needs. Now you're gonna love this one. We wanted a focal point for this large blank wall, so we built a mantle out of wood and covered it in plaster to give it a stone effect. Matching it to the room is easy to do with a color wash using the mustard paint from the walls mixed with 10 parts water.
Sorry, I didn't realize that the Rugrats painted rug, we were going for a Caesar's Palace themed room.
Again, like Gen Z is always making fun of millennials for having millennial gray houses and everything's minimalistic. It's because we grew up in the Rugrat trap house right here. Their whole house dead ass looks like a Mr. Beast obstacle course. I mean, like literally, like there's so much random shit in there.
Dude, I can't wait for some Gen Zer to move into this house after somebody's covered this with carpet, and they're like, I'm gonna tear up this carpet to see the beautiful original wood floors. They tear up the carpet and see this shit.
At that point, they're just gonna put the millennial gray carpet back on.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you know what, dentist office wasn't too bad of a theme, actually.
Okay, so this next clip is my personal favorite clip. Because like I said, she's always got like random friends on here, and my favorite, craziest one is Nancy. This bitch, nothing prepared me for this clip, okay?
Oh, God.
Not the most creative window treatment you have ever seen. This is so cute. You are good.
You.
It looks like stained glass.
It does. It really has a fun, funky effect without being a curtain and a little bit of privacy.
Nancy gave up traditional curtains and chose to use colorful ceramic pictures as window decorations.
Okay, she's saying it looks like stained glass, that it's perfect for privacy. I feel like I'm being gaslit, dude. This is 32-year-old boy with frosted tips level gaslighting. This is like immigrant mom telling you she believed in you the entire time, but only after you make 200K type of gaslighting, okay?
Some of these pictures were handmade, and some were found at flea markets. They were fixed with ordinary shower curtain rods and rings. The materials came from the $1 store, which was simple and casual. The whole installation looks like a stained glass collage, but it has a playful casualness and street feel. To add a layer of color, Nancy strung colorful beads on thin wires by hand. The children had no interest in this, and she was the only one who did it silently. But that's not all. When you think the design is outrageous enough, she arranges 8 $5 colorful plastic plates on the arch of the kitchen ceiling. These plates look like playground decorations, making the kitchen instantly full of vitality and fun. All the materials are very cheap, but the effect is really eye-catching. Whether you are willing to try, it needs careful consideration.
Whether you are willing to try, it needs careful consideration. This feels like those Amazon product descriptions where it's like obviously translated from Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, these earbuds will give you majestic sound whether you can handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know how back in the day, every guy wanted like a manic dream pixie girl? Mm-hmm. This is the reality of like actually marrying a real manic dream pixie girl.
Yeah.
They hang pictures from the ceiling and put plates on the wall.
Yeah.
But I bet you Nancy, she freaky as hell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's
dude.
doing
Oh,
back
man.
shot. She's doing doggy,
Dude, I bet her
Godzilla
toes
style.
are tensile.
Oh yeah.
She's like, all right, and that's the last plate. And just for tonight, I wanted to mention
There's no safe word.
She does it Mike's way at Jersey Mike's every single time. They don't even have to ask her.
Nancy walks in, they're like, she wants it Mike's way.
Okay, me and Bryce are gonna do a realistic cosplay of what it's like to marry a manic-drink pixie girl.
Okay. Honey, I'm home. I got a letter in the mail. It says we haven't paid our taxes for 5 years, and that was
But look
supposed
at
to be
these
your
beautiful plates that I hung up on the wall. Would you like to do it Godzilla style in the nautical bathroom?
Rolling on our glaze, we applied our tissue paper.
Okay. And then, you know what, let's take the wallpaper brush.
Okay.
And again, you know what, it's just a process and let's have fun.
So, do you want that sealed down?
Yeah.
But you're putting the glaze, the same glaze over it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
To kind of lighten it.
This technique was so forgiving, we could even touch up areas we missed. Our rubber stamps added detail and character to the newly textured wall.
They ran out of sacred Indian prayers, so they had to add the random Chinese letters.
I guess, dude.
Cost of our textured wall technique, just $86.16 for paint, tissue, glaze, and ink stain.
Fucking tissue paper is supposed to add texture. It literally looks like shit. This is literally my booty hole after using single ply toilet paper.
Dude, this whole show feels like an advertisement for like lobotomizing your wife. Like she's like, oh, are you tired of your wife like nagging, and oh my god, she wants you to spend time with the kids. After you give her a little dunk, she'll be hanging up pictures. She'll put toilet paper on the wall. She'll be happy all day long.
Okay, so I saved this one for last because genuinely, I don't even know what the went on. This is probably the final boss of this show.
The lounge from the stairwell, Greg designed this thick velvet drape to cover the doorway. The fabrics are almost Dr. Seuss inspired, but the effect is perfectly Slipper Club.
What are you talking about? It looks like it's perfectly Gryffindor.
I know.
On the wall, a smoking jacket found for only $15 at an antique store hangs from a hook. What detail?
What detail? This looks like it's the warning. You know what I mean? If you walk in and you see this and then you continue upstairs, it's like, look, that's the waiver. You know what's going down.
Kitschy mixes with classy for a totally original room. And what else but a palm tree towers in this corner? It's so gaudy, it's actually tasteful.
Even she was like, I don't know what to say. It literally looks like a Pirates of the Caribbean themed studio, accessorized with the two cuck chairs in the background.
Yeah, this is like when you go to visit your uncle and your dad's like, don't touch anything, and you're like, oh, it's all like breakable or something. He's like, no.
It literally looks like the interior of the gift shop inside of a rainforest cafe. Like, you know, when you walk in there, you're gonna pay $40 for a shot glass with a frog on it. That's literally what it looks like.
Above the windows, Greg designed this boxy valance to serve as window treatment and a shelf to display more martini shakers. How about this leopard print ottoman? It coordinates with the vintage 40s style and plays up the exotic feel of the room.
I can't even imagine what this tambourine is used for. What possible kink involves a tambourine on the fidget spinner leopard couch?
Do you know that couch has every single bodily fluid you could ever think of?
And then
Poop,
like two more. Yeah.
Pee, back of the knee sweat, contact lens fluid.
Mountain Dew Code Red.
Now, what's the story on the shoe theme? You must have noticed it by now.
Those are his victims, obviously.
You heard me call it the Slipper Club. Let me show you why. We've got a whole trunk full of shoes. We have a lot of our favorite ones displayed around the club. A lot of the friends bring these when we have parties. depending on how much fun we have that night. Some of them even get worn here at the Slipper Club.
Greg is the OG inventor of having a foot fetish. There is no such thing as having a foot fetish until Greg entered the scene with the Slipper Club. I feel like he's one of those like experts that goes to the pawn shop store.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's like the foot fetish expert. Rick calls him in when he has a question about women's feet. Just like, I just can't even imagine what kind of women are going to this Slipper Club. Like imagine how freaky you have to be to like get your back blown out on the fidget spinner couch facing the fake Apple Christmas tree. And the guy who's doing it raw is wearing a Cat in the Hat Gryffindor outfit.
You're saying who's freaky enough to come to these? Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy is obviously, this is probably the next episode.
Okay, and with that said, thank you guys so much for celebrating our 9-year anniversary with us. Let me know your favorite piece of decor you saw in this video down below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know your feelings in the comments section, and we will see you in my next video. Bye!